Okay, so the conclusion is a paragraph in which you are getting to the heart or the core of your argument. You are wrapping up all the points that you have made. You are going back in many ways to your thesis, to show, to expand and mention how you proved all your points. In your conclusion, you don't necessarily need a quote. You might have a quote, but you might just want to really expand, analyze, and unpack, as Dr. King says, right? The thesis that you made. So here are some of the thesis and some ideas that I would have for writing the conclusion. Okay, so when our thesis is, although AI is not sentient, it mimics many human traits and therefore can confuse users into believing that it is conscious. Okay, so if I was writing the conclusion of this one, I would want to say, what's important about AI mimicking or copying human traits? Why is that significant? Why is that important? To me, that's significant because, especially for new users of AI, like me, people who are maybe a little older, who we didn't grow up with this kind of technology, and when we see it, we kind of feel surprised, confused, or shocked. Or many people who are using AI who are children, right? Who are using it for school or in Snapchat or something like that. We need to understand why it acts human, it appears human, without actually being human, without actually being sentient, okay? Why is that important for us to understand? How does it help us to interact with AI in appropriate ways, okay? So we can expand on that a little bit more in the conclusion, okay? This essay, Dr. King already mentioned some great ways to conclude this one about, although some people worry about a bot's consciousness, AI is not sentient. It's more important to focus on the real danger that AI poses, rather than trying to trick ourselves and be like, oh, is it real? Is it human? Is it not human? No, we should think about when people can't answer a simple question, like my own daughter, okay? If there's a homework question, she would like to ask AI. If she asks me, her mom, sometimes I am too slow to answer her question. And I feel it's because she is comparing it. My answer as a human who needs to think seems very slow compared to the computer answer to any question that she asks. Okay? So that's a danger that I see. I'm sure you might see other dangers or might want to mention other dangers. That will be a very interesting conclusion paragraph. Okay? Then this one is, although we can't consider AI to be the same as a human, it is developing greater consciousness and we should be aware of it. So in this conclusion, and I think actually in all conclusions, it's very good to think about the future, to sort of either make predictions about the future or almost advice, suggestions for the future of how humans should continue to interact with AI. You know, how can we control the consciousness that AI, if you feel that it is developing a consciousness, how should we try to control that? And how should we try to control that? Okay? So just what you want to keep in mind for the conclusion is that you're really expanding your point. This part is a lot about your opinion and your own point of view, as well as a focus on the takeaway, let's say, the future. What are we really ultimately learning from what you wrote about this topic? Or how should somebody apply the knowledge that you wrote about in the future? How should people who are using AI apply that knowledge in the future? Okay? So I know you guys are going to do a great job. I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts about this. And if you have any questions, you know where I am and you can email me. Thank you. Bye-bye.